Hello. It has been a while since I made a video because I've had a few mental breakdowns. Um, and I've also just been busy like traveling and having family visit, but mostly it's not been the brightest up here, but I'm going to talk about that today. Um, I'm going to try not to say as much in this video, but first I turned 23 and that was probably the start of this whole mental breakdown because I I don't even know how to explain it, but I just get like really caught up in, oh, people think I need to spend my birthday this one way, but I want to do it this way. And I had planned to spend it just like vibing by myself. I had to work because it was on a Tuesday, but I had this plan if I was going to come home and like watch my favorite movie and make my favorite dinner. And my family was just like calling and like, I hope you don't spend it alone, which I know they were like just looking out for me, but I then spiraled and I was literally sitting at work, like struggling to breathe because I was just so, I was having a panic attack about just like, ugh, what do I do? What do I do? I ended up getting dinner with some of my family that lives out here and it was really nice, but yeah, I just got really frustrated at myself because I was having like an actual panic attack because it was my birthday and someone told me that I should spend it with family members and I was planning to spend it alone. So that was fun. But I think on like a broader scale, that just kind of has been, that's like representative of how bad my routine OCD has become lately, which my therapist said is called OCPD, obsessive compulsive personality disorder. Um, Not to like throw out clinical terminology and all that, but I just get so wrapped up in like, oh, I had this planned, and if it doesn't go to plan, like it's just not going to end well. And I think it's more like a mental block of like thinking it's not going to go well and how what happens if the routine falls off, like what's that going to do to me versus what actually happens when my routine gets off. But I just get so caught up in um like I need to my routine keeps me sane, so I need to keep doing that. But when I think about like when I've been the happiest and when I feel like my mental health has been the best, it's honestly been when I've been the most flexible. So I feel like I need to push myself to break my routine more. Or not even break it because it does serve a purpose. Like I do feel better when I work out before work and I go for a walk when I get home and like all those little things. Like I know that makes me feel better, but it's getting to a point where like I'm planning too far ahead, and even like little things like, oh, I was planning on like doing this day of the weekend and now the weather's not what it was supposed to be, so I'm not gonna like go to the beach anymore. And it like genuinely like makes me spiral versus just like, okay, I'll go there next weekend or whenever the weather's better. So that's something I need to work on because I would rather not live my life panicking about what I'm gonna feel like if my routine falls off, even though I know in reality, um, like I never really end up feeling as bad as I think I'm going to do. Another thing that I've been struggling with is wanting things to change, but then getting so overwhelmed or just making excuses and then not changing anything. Like, I want to be able to move somewhere different and I want to be able to have a more creative job. And when I know what I need to do to get there, but I just get so, part of it is I get overwhelmed and then I just like start freaking out about all the steps I need to take and all the ways that it could be derailed, or um, like how I'm gonna get judged if I do certain things, which is something that I've always struggled with, is just being like hyper self-conscious and like really scared of judgment. I've gotten better, but it definitely still needs work. But I'm just like, oh, well, people are gonna think that's embarrassing, or what if it doesn't work out, then I'm gonna be embarrassed. And I just need to like get over that because I'm never gonna have the life I want if I'm controlled by what I think other people are thinking. And I think that's the key is I think they're thinking that. I don't know they're thinking that. And I just need to remember that because probably like 75% of the time, they're not actually thinking what I think they're thinking. And I'm the one who's getting in my own way. And that's obviously not good. But I'll also just make up excuses for why I can push things off. Like I'll be like, oh, I need to do this first and then I can do that. Like I'll make up little excuses like, oh, or once this happens, then I can actually start going for this goal. And I just need to stop doing that and just go for the goal. Like I want a creative career, and like maybe that's like doing art full time, or maybe it's like acting or something like with storytelling I really enjoy. And I'm just like, oh, but that's like people are gonna think that's embarrassing. But I need to stop like letting that get to me because I know I would be so much happier if I got to do that like for my living versus like what I'm doing now. And that's not to say I like hate what I'm doing now. I just know that I'd be so much more fulfilled if my day to day like was creative and I got to exercise that part of my brain because that's when I really think I thrive. And I feel like that's also when my like routine OCD is like its most quiet because I'm like fully invested in what I'm trying to create or do. But when like the tasks I'm doing are just kind of monotonous and they don't require creativity, my thoughts can easily go sideways and then I start spiraling about something that I don't even need to be thinking about or something that happened 2 years ago and I'm still harping on because I love to obsess over things that really don't matter anymore. So in the end, I'm going to use this video to hold myself accountable and put it out into the universe that I'm going to stop making excuses and stop, I guess, chaining myself to a routine just because it's comfortable. Like, I'm comfortable where I am and my routine like provides a sense of that comfort, but at the same time, I know I want more and I'm never gonna get that if I just keep clinging on to what's working for right now. So yeah, I'm gonna push myself to just go for my goals and to like be more creative and not make excuses because, oh, I'm so tired or I had a long day at work, so I'm just gonna bum on the couch. Because I need to make a change for things to change. Thank you for listening to my rant.